music for me is always been way more of a therapeutic release more than anything else. It's been something that I don't really have as much of a choice on whether I want to or can do. It's something I have to do. I think it keeps me kind of balanced and focused, and without it, I think I feel unhinged and kind of like a little bit crazy if I don't have the release, you know?
The 50th state. Ocean surf, palm trees, and luau's. Warm sun, mai tais, and hula dance. This is probably the image of what comes to the minds of many when they think of Hawaii. However, there's another side to this paradise that sometimes goes unnoticed.
Death, we live for what is true. My family and my music and an open attitude. My days are getting shorter, but it's still the same for me. I'm a rebel vigilante, fighting to be free. We kill the problems.
Like many places on the mainland United States and around the world, music is a cornerstone to the culture of these islands. Musical chants are a vital part of Native Hawaiian culture. And because of the vast numbers of transient people coming here from all over the world, Hawaii has become a musical melting pot. Tourists deboarding their planes are immediately welcomed with soothing slack-key melodies sung by seasoned artists that set the aloha mood as visitors step out underneath the palms. It is almost guaranteed that vacationers will hear much more of these songs when they attend luau's and as they traverse their hotel lobbies en route to their next destination. My name is Drew, and I'm a transplant to this state. Because I am also a musician, I wanted to explore the various musical subcultures here. Nothing against it, but I grew tired of hearing the constant mainstream radio tunes that are popular here. I was craving the music I knew and loved from the mainland, and I wanted to see if there were others like me who also wanted more. I was really surprised by what I found. Josh 86 was one of the first people I met almost a couple of years ago when I went out looking for others to play music with. Fortunately, I happened upon a gold mine when I met him. Josh is a well-known member of the Honolulu community. He is known in local circles as co-owner of a popular restaurant in Chinatown, but he is probably better known as the frontman for the locally, nationally, and internationally known bands 86 List and Black Square. Josh wanted to start a new music project, and that's how I got to know him as I became the lead guitarist in his new band, Josh 86 and the Pressure. After I got to know him a little bit better, I sat down and interviewed him. I wanted to get his thoughts on how he came to play music in Hawaii, how his experiences being involved here shape his direction, and his insight into being a part of a minority subculture of people and music.
When a few of my other buddies, like neighborhood friends, mentioned that they were playing other instruments as well, I think we just kind of joked around about the idea of starting a band. And the first group we played with was, very unskilled, but I think it was the start of it got me interested in starting to try to play music on a different level with musicians that actually know what they're doing. I just remember listening to the soundtrack of skate videos and surf videos. a lot of times they would have like a punk band or punk rock music, because in that era, like in the, I guess, early 90s, there was punk music was kind of popular and was starting to show up a lot in extreme sports and things like that. So in like the late 90s, there were a lot of nihilistic bands that were just singing about kind of anything and everything, or about girlfriends and drama and homework and parents, and we were trying to sing about like war and like homophobia and like sexism and racism and things like that. And we were definitely kind of like unique in that time in the late 90s, and 2000 was about when we did our first show. To see myself as a Hawaii musician is kind of maybe a newer concept, because I think growing up like kind of in the music scene as a punk rocker and playing at punk rock shows, you don't really qualify yourself as being a musician per se. I would never go around and tell people I'm a musician. It was like, oh, what do you do? And I'd be like, oh, I work at a coffee shop, or oh, I skate, or oh, I play guitar in a punk band. It was never like I'm a musician. I think the future of the Honolulu scene will I think it'll continue to grow, but I think also elements of it will probably decay as well. Genres will shift massively, and also just the traffic of musicians in Hawaii is constantly like increasing and decreasing. People are very transient here; they come and go. So I think that the people that have stuck around in Hawaii that keep playing music seem to always continuously start better groups or improve the bands that they're in, and improve their fan bases too. The cool thing about Hawaii scene is that people go to all the shows no matter what the genre is too, even if it isn't a popular band or a popular genre. Like, people will go out and show support, it seems like, regardless. And there's always that unique thing about Hawaii too, where there'll be like hardcore bands playing with indie rock bands and ska bands all on the same bill, and everyone seems to be fine with going out and watching those kind of shows still.
In this film, I discover the many subcultures that make up the many music scenes here on Oahu. Just as the reggae and island culture is deeply instilled into many lives here in Hawaii, these various musical cultures of people also have been greatly instilled with the interpretations, morals, and ideals of their influenced way of life. I meet many people along the way, I develop relationships, and I even learn a little bit about myself. And I also get to hear some really great music. Who would have ever thought?